We're going to talk about running the analog discovery to waveform software. This is the software application that controls the analog discovery to test equipment. That test equipment is USB based. So first thing you have to do is have that hooked up. It has to be recognized by your USB port, and I've done that already. I also started the software called Waveforms, and that's what you see on the screen at this point. Over on the left hand side are all the different functions that can be run. Some of these can be run at the same time, or many of them probably can be run at the same time. There's a couple that only run one at a time, and that's a huge advantage of this test equipment. The software runs pretty well, but you can run two pieces of test equipment at the same time. So you can see I have a scope, a waveform generator, which sit on the analog side of things. There's a power supply. It's going to give you control of a USB based 0 to 5 volt power supply, a voltmeter that can measure voltages, a data logger, a logic analyzer, that's one that we're really interested in, and a digital signal pattern generator, which we use extensively in our digital training. And there's some other things down here: spectrum analyzer, a network analyzer, protocol analyzers, and different things like that. And you can even write your own scripts to create your own things. So when you run this for the first time, you choose what you want. So we're going to generate a pattern. Say we wanted to generate a series of 3 or 4 digital signals to apply to a digital circuit. So I'll click on that, and that will bring a tab up, and that tab will say patterns. You can see this here, and I can create my patterns down here. We're not going to cover that in this video. We just want to introduce that to you. If I wanted to close that out, I could hit this little X. The tab is very small, but I could click that and that would close it out. And once I create my patterns, if I want to start them, I'd click this green arrow to start. But if I also wanted to run a logic analyzer, I could come over to this welcome plus sign. When I click on that, I get all the options that I have before. In this case, I'm going to choose to operate the logic analyzer. Now you can see on my window I have tabs for the pattern generator and tabs for the logic analyzer. If I click over in the other tab, I can switch back and forth between those. If I set up my logic analyzer by adding channels, I can turn around, add them, then click this and start to use the interface down here to run the logic analyzer. That's basically what I wanted to show you with the software and how it runs, and working with it for the first time. We'll get into some of the details with what's there. Also, there is a help menu, and if you go to browse, it'll bring up a web page which overwhelms the screen that we see, and you can find some help. I don't know if it's the greatest help in the world, but sometimes it gets you started or might get you out of a bind, and sometimes, or you could watch these series of videos that I'm doing for you. Thanks.